Hello and welcome to Professor Herman Manyora's channel. My name is Jadel Kabiro here on a wonderful Tuesday. Here, obviously, with the one and only Professor Herman Manyora. Professor, how are you doing this fine day?
I'm okay, Jad.
Mm.
Yes.
Do you see your interview with Richard yesterday
Yes.
on business and economics? Why did you feel it's important for us to speak about the same on this channel?
It's important. It's important because economics and politics go together.
Mm.
They inform each other. And like Moy used to say, Maishambaya, Shasambaya, Maishambaya.
Oh,
So we need to look up to see the relation between politics and economics.
oh,
Because politics is about organizing people in order to move forward, to better their lives.
yeah.
And that bettering their lives is about economics.
Okay, if in
Yeah.
case you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch it. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so and share the videos if you feel like they're important. Last week's videos on Saturdays were quite good, so go ahead and watch them. Today, though, we're speaking about the possibility of Deputy President William Ruto becoming the president. One of the few things that people are calling upon to happen is the merger between him and the president, the handshake. If this happens, Prof, will Ruto definitely become president and quench the Mount Kenya vote?
Anything is possible, anytime, anywhere, and more so in politics. But this has gone beyond hypothetical.
Mm.
The situation now on the ground is so real, you cannot bring in hypothetical situations. If it supposing, no. The thing is that Uhuru and Ruto are no more.
Mm.
And it's so evident and so obvious and so close to the next election. It's not anything you can want to convince anybody to talk about in terms of they can get together, then Uhuru backs Ruto. I think it is beyond that.
Do you think he's making a mistake, him not, as you put it on your videos, not kind of repenting and folding the UDA, still saying that Jubilee was messed up by the president because he left Tuju and Murathe there? Do you think he's making a mistake about
He's
this?
still talking about those things. He was somewhere in Kiambu yesterday or the other day.
Yeah.
I think it's the other day. And he was saying, do you want to go to Kwakitanda William Manini? You know, that is not a person who is ready for sitting down with the president. So that's why I'm saying this thing is gone past that.
Mm.
The church is wasting time. Let people go to the field and fight for this job.
So for you, the handshake is hypothetical, cannot happen?
Between Ruto and Uhuru.
Between Ruto and Uhuru.
And you see the better situation, asking me what would be the ideal situation,
Mm.
which unfortunately may not happen, but how I wish it happened. Will these gentlemen sit down in the full knowledge that what happens in this country is in their hands? The three gentlemen, Raila, Uhuru, and Ruto. How I wish they could know that. And things could very easily go wrong. Because this is a country that is an entire flashpoint. So you want to avoid situations that we could find ourselves in. And if these three guys could sit together and work out a deal, it will be the best for this country.
Oh.
And I've always said, Ruto is a young man.
If you were to
Raila has been around. He has been fighting for this country when Ruto was in primary school, somewhere, Surugoi, whatever it was. And if these guys could say, like, I couldn't believe that when Jaramogi wanted to be president in 1992, Matiba, Kibaki, and the rest of these people couldn't just support Jaramogi. An old man who was going home. Ruto could easily support Raila in a deal where he succeeds him. Oh. It will be the easiest thing.
And then for sure he will succeed him
Of
later.
course.
But
if they are sincere.
But looking at the political situation in this country, you cannot trust anyone for a future gain.
That's why I'm saying let's forget about talking about them coming together. Let them just go and fight for this seat. Let Raila go for it. Let Ruto go for it. Let there be less interference from the state and from Ruto. Let the two gentlemen fight it out.
His side, the allies are saying that it might be a trap. Would you tell Ruto not to consider it? As of
he's not even ready to consider it. The way he's talking, he's not for that.
Yeah.
No, the things he's saying, he's still the same disrespectful deputy president. He's so disrespectful, and it shows he doesn't hold the president in much esteem.
Oh.
It's that kind of person. You cannot sit down with him. It's a waste of time.
If that is hypothetical, also something else that is happening is that he has blocked out alliances, and now Moses Kuria and Mwangi Kiunjuri seem to be blocked out. Which alliances should he forge if he were to avoid the disturbance that might come at Mount Kenya and lose the Mount Kenya vote? Which alliances should he form now? He's
trying something new, and we wish him the best. And we wish it worked. Honestly, if what Ruto is trying worked, this will be the best for this country. Where you do not get these political big men, brokers, and so on and so forth. You deal with the people directly. So he has taken his message to the people, and that's why he's saying he doesn't want these alliances of what he calls tribal leaders.
kingpins
or regional leaders. He wants to deal with the people directly. And he has sent his message to the people. Now, if it were to work like it would be the best for this country.
Yeah.
I only have my reservations. Yeah.
What are some of those reservations? Because I felt like you're going to say them.
It's difficult to see this soon. Kenya's working minus tribe. It is desirable, but is it achievable? At least not in the near future.
So this is what Raila is doing, looking at regional.
Yeah, he's looking
chiefs.
at Raila is operating from a realistic point of view. He's been in the game, he knows. The people of Mount Kenya, in the fullness of time, like I've said, will begin to seek direction from their leaders. And their leaders will not be these small fellows around Ruto. It will be people who give them the satisfaction that, yes, the community is going somewhere and the community receiving direction from safe hands, from people they can trust. It is not going to be these small chaps around Ruto.
So the possibility for that is close to none?
The possibility of Ruto
winning elections without the leaders
is difficult. Let's give it 6 months and you'll see. Even 6 months is too long.
Okay.
You wait until February there, March. He will find his alone. He'll begin looking for a lot. Now your question, come and ask me that time. Whom will he work with? Because he'll look for the people.
What about if the focus shifts from Mount Kenya and now the Mount Kenya region, as you said, has gone a little bit to Raila and Ruto needs close to 80%. You called it the Kumira. Yeah. Where should he go?
There will be nowhere to go. It will be too late. That's why I've always told him, you have put your eggs in the wrong basket. His campaign is squarely premised on the understanding. His campaign is only there to the extent that Mount Kenya is his, which Mount Kenya is his now. You remove Mount Kenya from Ruto and there's no Ruto. That's dangerous.
How about the question that
where else will he get the votes?
The from? Western votes.
Which one?
The Western votes. They're saying that now that Western region doesn't have like a leader that they can look up to, the votes might split between Raila and Ruto.
How? Where's Mudavadi?
Mudavadi, as of now, doesn't get the votes because on the ground people are speaking about Ruto.
This is Kenya, my friend. We will see. This is a question I want you to ask me this in January. You will not even ask me because it will have been overtaken by events. The people of Mount Kenya will take direction from their leaders. And their leaders are not these young people with Ruto, these small people with Ruto, inconsequential politicians with Ruto. They will seek from their really leaders. Top on the list of the people Mount Kenya will listen to, and don't listen to anybody now, it will be Uhuru Kenyatta. When Uhuru Kenyatta finally tells the community, this is where we are going, that's where they will go.
Even though they're not supporting him now?
This is just a joke. The time has not come for Kikuyus to ask, we don't have a presidential candidate? Uhuru is going home? Where are we? Are we headed to another 24 years of Moi rule, where we were watching things from home on TV? Those questions will come. Yeah. Certainly for the Kikuyu. This is a community that will, more than any other community, Kikuyus will always ask that question.
Does this mean even a deputy chair cannot be able to shift the minds of people?
It may not be just a deputy per se. It must be a serious package that has future. Inbuilt in the package, there must be a future for the Mount Kenya people. Giving somebody a deputy is not enough. They can see Ruto is being tossed left, right. And Ruto is a strong personality. And yet he's being tossed. He has been tossed out of government. So if you tell Mount Kenya you have a deputy, is that enough for them? No. They will need a convincing arrangement in which they can see their future. And that's why I'm saying that kind of arrangement cannot be guaranteed by Ishungwa or Rigathi. It can be guaranteed by Uhuru, who is the system, even beyond the presidency.
How about someone like Moses Kuria, who now seems to be the voice
of those are good people, but they cannot, when the reckoning time comes, the Mount Kenya people will need to listen to an assuring voice that reassures them. Somebody that makes you go home and sleep comfortably, soundly, that the community is okay, that I'm okay. It can't be Moses Kuria. You look here. Not today, not in 10 years from now, maybe 15, 20 years from now. But for now, only Uhuru can talk to Kikuyus about their future and they go home and sleep.
the elders from Mount
There are
Kenya.
things they will be reminded of which we can't say on air.
Ah,
You know, now they have forgotten those things. But the right time they will be reminded. Do you remember where you were such and such a time?
ah.
Do you remember where you are heading? You remember what was going to happen to you if it was not for this and this? And they keep quiet. So, oh, what were you saying? I'm saying vote for Raila, and I know why. Or vote for Mudavadi, and I know why.
But honestly, there's nothing that is against Ruto that will not be against Raila, because they were together 207 post 207.
Yes,
They
yes.
were together, so there's no argument that you can bring against Ruto that
How?
will
I'm
not.
not bringing an argument against Ruto.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Have you heard me saying that?
You're saying
What?
that they will be reminded
They will be
of
reminded
things.
of a few things, like what I've done for you. You know, like now, right now, even as we wind up, right now you see some insect is bothering me.
Yeah.
Right now, you see people are saying Uhuru has not helped the mountain. There can be nothing that is further from the truth than that. But that perception and that story going around that hakuna kitu Uhuru amefanyia Wakikuyu, it's good enough for Kikuyu. It provides a cover, a canopy, under which Uhuru is doing mega things for Kikuyus. As the rest of us are being told, they hate him. But when the time comes, watatoa hiyo cover. Anaambia Mau Road hii mngepata hii. Hii mambo ya dairy, maziwa mngepata. Na hii, na miraa, na hii tunaenda hivi. Alafu, okay.
So even the government failures plan cannot work if he says that the government hasn't delivered.
They will be reminded. I'm telling you, there are many things people will be made to understand. Some of them they have just forgotten. Some of them they have conveniently forgotten. Some of them they will be shocked when they are told this is us as a community. This is our history. This is how far we have traveled up to today. This has been our challenges. And this is how we can move forward as a community in this beautiful country.
What should you do? What should Ruto do?
I have told Ruto he needed to look for votes outside Mount Kenya and let Mount Kenya be a bonus top up. He did the other way around. You know, in accounting, there is a concept called prudence. You underestimate profit and overestimate cost. So you are safe. Now he has played the other way around. He's going against that prudence. That let Mount Kenya votes be a top up. Because why I say so, Ruto has a capacity to get votes from outside, especially when Raila, Mudavadi and the rest were still sleeping. But he didn't use that time well.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what he should do. If you know Ruto, go ahead and tell him that is what the professor has said. Until we have these conversations again, my name is Jadel Kabira here with Professor Herman Manyora. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so until we have these conversations again. Have yourselves a lovely rest of your day.